welcome to Monday Morning. This week we're going to talk about Lovecraftian influence in some games and how I'm looking forward to a next gen Call of Cthulhu game. So let's get on it, eh? No, they don't like and subscribe when I ask them either. That's why I have you now. They'll learn. They'll learn. I can see forever. Lovecraftian mythos has long been the inspiration for games, mainly text-based games in the past. One, if not the first mainstream game to wear its influence boldly on its sleeve, was Alone in the Dark. This game came out in 1992. Set in Louisiana in 1924, you were tasked with finding an old piano. Along the way, discover horrors that creep around every corner, doors slamming behind you, unholy rituals are performed behind closed doors, axe-wielding maniacs breathing heavily on your neck, and the list goes on. This game featured mythos creatures like night gaunts and deep ones. A very disturbing game at the time, and seemingly, to me, influenced the original Resident Evil. In 1996, ID Software released Quake. At first glance, most people would write Quake off calling it just a fast-paced first-person shoot 'em up. But playing this as a youngling, this game terrified me. You meet Shug Niggurath and touch her heart with an axe. Shamblers are present, fiends pounce at you, angrily. And then there's the blobs, which used to terrify me, make me scream and run around like a girl. All add to a general dark foreboding, a feeling of helplessness and a complete madness. That madness that drives you to teleport yourself into a god just to kill her. Sweet. Jump forward a few years. Then a sneaky masterpiece dropped out. It's now 2002. I've got long hair, I'm skinny, and then a game snuck out. Eternal Darkness. Although not officially acknowledged as Lovecraftian and inspiration, the descent into madness that the player feels is amplified by the use of the clever little tricks and sorry, the sound turned down then. It's amplified by the use of clever little tricks that keep the player off guard. A strange thing happens when losing your sanity in this game, and I think a lot of people miss, which is Lovecraftian through and through. You don't want your sanity meter to drop. It hinders you and it makes the game harder, sometimes leading to death. But the curiosity as to what will happen next, the morbid interest into these flickers of insanity that appear, these interesting tweaks of the game, lead you to want to go insane, lead you to play with your own madness, which is truly, truly Lovecraftian. A player then finds themselves laughing at the ridiculous things that have just happened on screen. You're laughing at the volume button going down. You're laughing at the game telling you that it's the end of the game and you've only just really started. You're chuckling away, and then you snap back into the game and it's morbid, it's depressing, it's bleak, but you're chuckling. You're insane. The game has made you, as a player, seem insane while playing a game with a sanity meter that drives your character insane. It's genius. So you actually become the madman. I want another one of those games. I think it's been time enough. Call of Cthulhu: Dark Corners of the Earth came out in 2005 for the Xbox, and it was very, very good. Mainly based upon Shadow of the Innsmouth. It was almost a retelling of that story, slightly changed so they can have a little more adventure going on as opposed to being streamlined into that story. But it was very, very good. You play as a detective who at the beginning of the game starts investigating a cult and ends up seeing and being driven mad by an Elder One. After that, a few years have passed, you've had a stint in the loony bin, and now you've been tasked with finding a missing person in Innsmouth who works at a grocery store, a large chain grocery store. He's been missing. The game starts well and I think loses its way a little bit near the end, but still a very, very good game. Very, very creepy. The escape sequence from the hotel room, anybody who's familiar with Shadow over Innsmouth Tale, is in the actual game, and it's done really well, and my heart pounds just thinking about that. There are lots of deep ones in this game. Again, you see an Elder One, and Dagon makes an appearance, which is fucking ace. There was a sequel that was meant to be happening for this, again made by Headfirst Games. A trailer was released of it, which I'll probably have running in the bottom corner while I'm talking. A trailer was released for it, but unfortunately due to nobody wanting to publish it and ultimately Headfirst running out of money, the game never actually came out. But I have hopes for more Lovecraftian games, more insanity driven games, more games that just fuck with you a little bit. I like games that just fuck with you. There's a few more out there, but these are just your main key ones. There was a lot of buzz about Eternal Darkness having a sequel, or potentially having a sequel recently. Now hopefully Nintendo will see that there is buzz for that and will end up producing another one, which would be fantastic. Also would be great. I'd buy a Wii U again. Now maybe that still is in the pipeline. Maybe it is. Maybe with Nintendo now allowing Fatal Frame to come out a bit more, having a bit more adult IPs, maybe it is time for them to revisit the insanity meter, which they patented. They owned the right to that, so we should be able to see it again. So anyway, that's my take it easy. That's my thoughts on Lovecraftian elements in games. More, please. Till next time, like and subscribe. Take care.